When Bob was a young man, he was a self-starter, always looking forward and willing to work hard to achieve. He cut grass, delivered newspapers, cleaned a butcher shop, and hung sides of beef for the store butchers. All this in his childhood led to his extremely successful banking career.
You know, I think it was Bob's past and the things he overcame as a youth. Very similar in that Dad always realized how fortunate he was. Bob was successful in his business, and it wasn't about that. It was about what could he do with that success. Just like Dad, what could he do with that platform to make a difference? So these are the kind of people I think we need in our society to look up to, and I think that was instilled in their hearts at a young age, and I think that's what drove Bob and still drives Bob to help youth that maybe weren't as fortunate as he was.
It's amazing the things that he did in the banking industry in the years of his life in which he devoted to it, but thank God he and Nelda opted to stay in Butler County, and the county and its citizens individually and collectively are all better off because of the fact that he is one of their own.
I picture Dad being in his chair. He would have tears coming down his face because of the friendship. I think he would just be so proud of what Bob has done and continues to do.
He had an outstanding career that included time as a top-level executive at Dollar Financial Corporation and Fifth Third Bank. Some of Bob's career highlights include his 61 acquisitions and integrations for Fifth Third Bancorp, a total of $56 billion in transactions closed and integrated. He successfully led the Fifth Third Bank affiliate BC from third in market share to first in market share within a 3-year period. In 1988, he negotiated the sale of Dollar to Fifth Third Bancorp.
Bob knew everything about banking. He'd been the president of a bank. He had been in all aspects. That's why he was hired into Fifth Third.
Bob is a very positive, optimistic, with a can-do attitude kind of a guy. Because of that, he was just great with Salesforce, or great with newly acquired employees that came into Fifth Third. And because he put everybody at ease and always was so positive, he was a very popular guy around the bank.
When people gave me a break and I got an opportunity, I wanted to give it back to the community. So I've heard the term pay it forward or pay it back. I always say it's never forgetting where you came from, and it's always realizing that you can always help someone, even if it's just a kind word, but help someone become successful as well.
Bob was so good at connecting with people. He would never forget anyone that he really worked with, or newly acquired employees. He always remembered them, stayed close to them. When you grow from 5.7 billion to 98 billion, you're dealing with a lot of different people. And so because of his ability to connect, he would put people at ease. He touched a lot of lives in his time at Fifth Third Bank.
That Bob approached everything with good humor, but he expected the best and highest of everything from you. But he would do it with such a good nature and a good way that you wanted to do it for him. For me, such a special friendship, and it's continued since then, even since he's retired.
So I formed Financial Performance Partners, a independent consulting firm on the financial side, and decided to do mergers for small institutions, and so I did so. So I ran that company from late 2003 to 2011. My son joined the company in 2004, and we brought in additional employees to develop the company. So when I retired in 2011, my son became the managing director of the company as well as the primary owner of the company.
Bob's company, Financial Performance Partners, continues to be very successful. In 2009 and 2010, Financial Performance Partners was recognized by the National Small Business Chamber of Commerce as the best in class for the U.S. Small Business Association. Bob has been recognized for his community involvement and leadership by the Butler County United Way, the YMCA, the National Chamber of Commerce, and the Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce. Even with all of Bob's business successes, one of his greatest passions was impacting the lives of youth throughout Greater Cincinnati. Bob was a key supporter and contributor to the Joe Nuxall Scholarship Foundation.
To get involved, and not just get involved. I mean, he jumped in with both feet in terms of doing everything he could to raise as much money as he could, to produce as many scholarships as he could, to give kids a chance to get a higher education.
Dad was just like Bob. They were, I think, kindred spirits in the sense that relationships and friendships meant so much to them, and there was no more loyal friend than Bob to Dad and Dad to Bob as well. He's such a proud father, such a proud grandfather. He's always sharing stories about his grandkids, and I know that he's had just a big, if not bigger, influence on them than he has myself. But his love of family is special as well.
Well, he's probably the most civic-minded individual I've ever known. And that in itself is a tireless job, because you automatically become many things to many people. And I don't know that there's ever been a time when anybody has ever gone to Bob Ernst and said, "We need your help." And his reply was, "I really don't have the time," or "I don't think I can do it."
Bob's just been a wonderful person, a wonderful friend, wonderful role model. And personally, I can't think of a better person to be honored.
Welcome Bob Ernst to the Greater Butler County Business Hall of Fame.